What's happening, family? Back with y'all again, Real Talk by Simply ReMarcAble. Just want to let y'all know I was excited about today because I knew I had today appropriated that I was going to get at y'all and let y'all know how I was feeling. That we're going to pick right back up where we left off at last week, with the title was The Heart of a Hustler, or in the street, the hustler's ambition. I wanted to tell y'all some simple keys to show you how to move your decimal point. But you got to know, in order to move your decimal point, you're going to have to stay motivated. You're going to have some drive and some passion and some ambition about it, because moving your decimal point ain't easy. That's why it's only 85 to 90% of the world who's not being successful, and they've only got a rate of 10 to 15% of people that's successful. So in these series, I'm going to show y'all how to break the back of lack, insufficient funds, and living from check to check. But one of the key ingredients to the second part of this, you're going to have to realize that it's not going to be easy moving your decimal point. And it's something that's going to happen every single day. So which is what I call training day. So training day begins in investing in yourself instead of investing in things that's not going to bring you a return. Such as the things to invest in, you got to get books to read it. Books that's going to motivate you and to drive you and to help create some passion. But you got to learn self-discipline. You're going to have to sit down, turn the TV off, quiet your storm. For some of y'all, get off them video games, leave the bar alone, and even what I call is me time, disassociating myself with my friends and my family, because in my life, while I'm trying to move my decimal point, I decided less entertainment and more edutainment. The edutainment is I have to edutain myself on how I'm going to move this decimal point. And you got to be diligent at it and do these things every day, because if you want your math to come together like hand claps in the choir without the roll, you got to spend time. You're going to have to massage it, take the time and be diligent with it, and most of all, don't be afraid. Because it's not going to happen overnight. And that's why I say that you have to get what I call is me time. Spend time with yourself. Discover who you are, what gifts and talent that God has stored inside you. And once you start discovering who you are, that's going to help you to be on that track, to move your decimal point. And in any event, you got a trainer. And that trainer is getting that athlete ready for game day. But before game day is training day. So every day you should be doing something to move closer to your goal. Write down your goal. Keep a pen and paper with you at all times. Everybody has smartphones, but how smart is your phone really being? Your phone is only being as smart as what you giving that phone a task to do. Find in there the notes and start putting in your goals and your ideals and your gifts and your talents. Remember I talked about last time, everybody should be trying to discover what their gifts is, and also even writing down the things that you don't like, so you can start studying the things you don't like and get those out of your life and learn how to embrace them. And most of the time, the things that you don't like are the things that's holding you back in life, so you want to get rid of all of those right there. And like I always said before, that I put God first in my life. And so I know that because I put God first in my life, that God's going to put me first in his life. And so I'm able to depend on God in every area of my life and be able to call on him in a time of need. So when I'm struggling to try to get that me time, ask him to help me to get to a place where I can quiet down my storm, because God is always talking to us. God is the transmitter and we're the receiver. But the transmission is always making a transmitting conversation, but our receiver is so distorted and distracted, we can't even hear a word from him. So that's why it's important that you got to learn how to quiet down your storm so you can hear from him, because one word from God could change your whole life if you hear it, the way he can tell you what to do, And so that's why I always try to make time and get myself in a position where I'm able to interview myself, evaluate my life, and replay back how my day was, so the next day that I could do a little bit more than I did the day before. And you got to know that you was made to win. And if you start speaking life, speak life into yourself and take away all the negativity, the things, it's okay for now if your finances ain't doing what you wanted to do. Most people always chasing wealth, but don't chase health. What good is $1 million in the bank and my health ain't no good, And if I'm in the hospital, the doctor is getting it. So that's why you got to create a balance. And a lot of people don't understand what balance is, I'm 50% hustling and another 50% I'm chasing my health, because health and wealth must go together. If I'm going to strive to be successful, I got to strive to be healthy as well. So these are some of the small things that we're going to talk about to help get your mind right. And so when we was young, our parents taught us, getting brainwashed was kind of bad. But how many of y'all know we need our brain washed from all that stinking, toxic thinking that we've been stored up inside of us so long? So through some of these tapings, we're going to talk about brainwashing, to wash that stinking thinking up out of your mind, and so that you can replace it. We're going to erase that hard drive and put some new data on it, some data that's going to help you perform in life, to help you out to get to another level. In church, this is all that we saying, we're going to another level, but how many of us really going to another level? And so that's what these tapings and this title is all about, going literally to another level. I'm not just going to sing, it's not just going to be a cliche. I am literally going to go to another level, and if y'all are willing, we're going to go to the next level on our own. And just imagine being able to break the back, insufficient funds, living from check to check, and having enough just for the month. That stops. So if we could all come together and operate as one, it's unity and power. So there's so many tools and so much that I have to give y'all that we're not going to be able to get it all in just 1 or 2 tapings. This series, The Heart of a Hustler, we're going to be on this for a while, because if you want something, you have to diligently work at it. You're not going to be able to master it by 1 or 2 cities or doing it 1 or 2 times. And so we're going to keep coming back, and like I said, we're going to have this streamlined up with all the social media addresses where y'all can tap in and leave questions, and that my producer and my team going to be able to respond back to y'all. They're going to share everything that y'all have, because I want to hear from y'all. And if I don't hear from y'all, how could I help? And that's my goal. I want to be an agent of change in y'all life, but y'all got to let me in, and I don't want to be beating on y'all door like SWAT. I hope that y'all open the door and let me in, because I got something really good to give. And just check my profile and my timeline and my social media, and you guys will be able to see what we have going on behind the scenes. But I was in the same position as you guys are we're going to say was, because nothing stays the same, and that's what we want to do. We want to come in and change the game, but we got to realize it is a game. But so we want to try our best to win this game, like everyone else that y'all sitting watching on TV with all the other stars, the rappers, the sports, the movies and all that. We got the same access that they do and cashing the same checks that they do, but we got to really put our mind to it and stay to the grind with it, and watch who we associate with, because the people we hang with is going to tear us down, because they're not going to be interested in what you're about to do, because you've been hanging with them for so long and helping, supporting their garbage. Now they're not going to have someone really going to drop their garbage on. So that's why the Bible says, guard your heart with all diligence, because what comes out of it are the issues of life. But in order for something to come out, you got to put something in. So now we want to start putting in quality, so that what comes out will be quality, so that if you put quality in and quality come out, now you're going to start performing to maximum level. Those of y'all who got nice cars, and when you open the gas tank, it said use premium gas only. So we want to put some high octane in you, so that you can perform the same way as these hot rods and these European cars. Because see, you can't put in junk and expect for it to perform. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some high octane so that you can start performing to a higher level. So I don't want to weigh y'all down with too much. I just had to take time out of my life and come and get with y'all and give y'all something that was on my mind, and that I'm really happy about this and really excited to give y'all what I got. And I promise you that I won't be a hoarder. I'm going to be a distribution center, and I'm going to do my best to give y'all everything that I have. But just remember, the heart of a hustler. And a hustler is not defined by what the world say it is, because there's other people who has took the word hustler and discredited it and shied people away from it. But here's a homework for you. Go get a dictionary or encyclopedia and look up the word hustler and write your own definition of it, and you study it and see how could you get it to fit in your life. And behind that, you will strive to be an enterprising entrepreneur, someone who reaches for the stars, someone who will never give up, someone who will be courageous, someone who's going to be motivated, someone who's going to find passion about what they want to do. And once you start allowing that to penetrate your heart, that's what's going to make you go in the world and seek and go and get something that you don't have. Find out your goals and your gifts and your talent, take it and use it for the good of the world, and that's your hustle. That's your hustle, and that's what's going to allow you to get off that 9 to 5 or that 8 to 4 or whatever hour of job that you work. But remember what I said, I'm not telling anyone to walk away from their job. I thank God for a job, but I realized the job wasn't God's best for me and my family. So through that, I have learned to take all tragedies and turn them around and create strategies. But through those strategies, it allowed me to do it mathematically. And because of that strategy and tragedies and doing it mathematically, it has allowed me to travel through multiple avenues to collect several revenue streams. So just wanted to let y'all know that today was the day that I had set aside for y'all, and I think that's all the time that I have, but I promise you we'll be back next week with some ingredients that you're going to be able to take and use. So be prepared when we tune in. We have pencil, paper, phones, or whatever, something to record, something to remember what I'm going to give y'all. And I promise you, next week when we come back, we're going to hit some home runs. All right, y'all. Love, peace. See y'all soon. God bless.